Hey AfterBuzzers, welcome to the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt After Show. Here at AfterBuzz TV tonight, we are going to be discussing Season 2, Episode 1, Kimmy Goes Roller Skating, and Season 2, Episode 2, Kimmy Goes on a Playdate. We are so excited to break down the first 2 episodes with you guys, so please stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey AfterBuzzers, thank you so much for coming back to join us for the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt After Show here at AfterBuzz TV. I'm your host, Sam Davidson. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at SamD43. I have an awesome panel for you guys this season. Please introduce yourselves and let us know where we can find you on Twitter.
Oh, you guys, this feels so right to be back in the studio talking about Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. My name's Joe Doyle. You can find me everywhere at JoJo Doyle, and we couldn't be happier to have Annabelle here. It's her very first AfterBuzz show.
I'm so excited. I'm out of my own bunker.
Yeah. I'm glad you made it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So Annabelle, where can everyone find you on social media?
You can find me at Annabelle Lee 417.
Awesome. We're back. We're happy. What did we think of the first couple episodes?
Killed it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. It was great.
There was a lot happening.
There was a lot happening, and Kimmy is growing up. Becoming kind of a real person. Kind of.
A little bit.
A little bit. And I think it's always fun to watch. It's been amazing to see these characters, where they've been, what they've been up to, and how Kimmy's continued to, grow close to different people. So, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I wasn't disappointed at all. And guess what, Joe? I have not gone ahead.
You have not? Oh.
Nope. I'm so good.
Congratulations. She skipped, she binged the entire series.
And then I tried to lie about it, and it just didn't work.
That is a lot of self-restraint.
I know. It really is. So it's going to be hard because these 2 episodes were so good. Let's get into the first one. We learn a lot of new things about Titus.
Titus was shady going on back then. He just couldn't handle that straight lifestyle and had to dip.
Yeah. I was really loving that flashback. What did you think?
I loved seeing the pre-Titus and seeing his wife because I know I've certainly been there. Who hasn't fallen in love with a gay guy and almost married them? That's happened to me more than once. So
God,
I felt for her.
Well, I felt for her too. Her name is Vonda. And, before Titus was Titus, he was supposed to get married to this woman and he just left her there at the reception, and all of a sudden a switch flips in his head and he's like, I'm Titus Andromeda, and just outs. He's done. Never talked to her again. Out. It was pretty awesome.
It was, but I kind of wish that he kept his hair. I really liked his old style hair. I thought that was pretty funny. Get that flat top fade up there. I thought that was great.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Vonda meets Kimmy and automatically is like, oh, you're the new me. And in a way, Kimmy kind of is because she's Titus's sidekick, the way that Titus sees her. But there's nothing romantic or faux romantic like Vonda and him going on.
Right, and they don't have a dance number together yet.
They should.
Hoping.
Yeah, I really hope that that would be great.
If Tina Fey is watching, which I'm sure she is.
Obviously.
What's up, T-Dog?
Yeah, that would be amazing for them to have a dance number. So, wasn't it fun to see... Okay, I thought one of my favorite scenes of the entire 2 episodes was when Kimmy was meeting with Vonda in the park eating ice cream. Everyone loves ice cream. Everyone loves having a cone in their hand. So what did she say? She said, oh, you can't be mad with a cone in your paw. That's what she said.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't think of any true words that have ever been spoken on Netflix.
Yeah.
Personally.
And Kimmy, literally, her arm by the end of the conversation is covered in vanilla ice cream. And Vonda's just like, you're a cartoon character. What's wrong with you?
Now, I gotta say that, it's very free. Because, there's been times when I've been at, the beach or at the lake where I know I can just, jump in the water and then just be, completely cleaned off. So there's been times when I've just gotten ridiculous and I've had, otter pop just, going down my arm. And it just feels so great to just be like, yeah, it's all right.
You're just going to go crazy. You're like, I'm going to be in the pool after this.
Yeah, it'll be, well, I mean, maybe, yeah, I guess. Maybe not the pool because I don't want to get it sticky for everybody. You know what I mean?
That's very considerate.
But
so you're like, I'm not going to pee in the pool. I'm also not going to bring my otter pop in the pool.
No, but I did bring an otter pop in the pool one time in a lazy river in Las Vegas. That was awesome.
Wow.
You know
Yeah,
what?
that was great.
I don't follow either of those rules in pools. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You're like, I only eat and pee in pools.
Eat and pee in pools. That's where I like to eat and pee the most, honestly.
I'm so glad that I did not go to your like pool birthday party last year. That I had something going on, because you definitely threw a pool birthday party last year. I was busy, but
Everyone had a great time, and they really enjoyed swimming in my pee. It was my party, and I can do what I want to. That's
They
all I
loved
have
it.
to say.
damn right.
They loved it.
Females are strong as hell.
You missed out, Joe. So the episode was very cute with this storyline because Kimmy guilts Titus and says, listen, all she wants is an apology. And he had a really hard time giving it to her. And then the old Titus, whose name, what was his name? Oh, Ronald. You know, she's like trying to literally pull him out.
That was brilliant.
Yeah, of his body. And he did, and realized he had done something wrong. And as she thinks he's leaving to run away, he's really running after Vonda to the train station to apologize, give her back her wedding coat, and do their dance.
And I love how Amtrak is for love.
Amtrak is for lovers.
I
That's
thought
why they
that was
run
great.
2 hours late.
Yeah.
All the time. It's
For
like,
people to have romantic, dramatic reunions.
yep. Thank you, Amtrak. Who knew? Because of Amtrak, I met my husband.
I know. I need to start riding the train.
I'd
Maybe
say-
that's why I'm not having romantic reunions.
Yeah, we should go places together, just like weird places where you can meet people, like
Just
the
riding back and
train.
forth, not going anywhere, just riding the subway back and forth or train.
I used to go elevator shopping on cruises. That's what I used to call it. I would just stay on the elevator with my friends and wait for men to come in. Or
Wow.
boys. I was like 16. And we would just stay on all night. Just,
That's dedication, because those cruise elevators take a long time.
they do. We met some people, though. It's true story. Wow. I know.
All these Patty Singer, like, pickup tips.
There we go.
I'm loving it.
Well, speaking of pickup tips,
Uh-uh.
Kimmy and Lillian, what do you...
No, okay, never mind.
you don't think the elevator works?
No, I don't doubt it. Just pickup tips. I thought, like I'm an expert, like,
yeah.
about that
You're the
kind of stuff.
mystery, you're the pickup artist.
Yes, it's true.
You both like decorative hats.
It's
I
completely,
see it.
it's completely true.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Joe does have a lot of tricks up his sleeve. I've seen a few of them.
Yeah.
You have a lot of tricks up your waffle weave sleeve.
Oh yes, yeah.
Well, Lillian thinks that she's really hot stuff. What does she call her hair? Like, just beautiful.
Spaghetti-like.
Spaghetti-like. And, I mean, listen, I know that actress. Back in the day, she was beautiful. Not that she's not anymore, but it's just funny that she still is like, I got it. And trying to give Kimmy advice as to how to pick up men.
Oh, I thought she was super fine and Scrooged. She was. Like, I mean, she was. Like,
She
I
was
like,
so scary.
well, it's terrifying, but she got bustier, and I was a young boy when I first saw her for the first time. I thought it was great. She was a very, very attractive woman.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
She still got it. And
does.
Her and Kimmy are going to try to find men. And we see Kimmy at the beginning of the episode on a date, and she's imagining Dong.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, I know. And then it's some other guy who's actually very attractive. I'm really curious how she landed that one.
I know. I want more backstory on that. I was like, no, bring back attractive guy.
Yeah, I think they met at some kind of animal shelter.
Oh, the animal 5K
Oh, right.
marathon. And she thought it was so animals could marry each other,
Yeah.
which I would love.
I have thought of an idea of an app to create, which is an animal dating app. Yeah.
Like a Tinder, but for...
But it's like mommy and daddies of the dogs and cats. They can swipe, and then you can make play dates for animals to meet each other. It's
love
more of
that.
an idea of a fictional crazy world that's going to be in my new sitcom that I'm going to write, and it's going to be a huge hit, and Tina Fey is going to buy it and produce it and mentor me and be my best friend. So get excited,
I was
guys.
going to say, so you won't even be hosting next week.
T-Dog. Did you hear that? Write that down.
Yeah, I have some ideas for you, T-Dog. So Lillian decides, Kimmy needs to get out. Let's go roller skating. Right?
So
love
much
it.
fun. I love her. Have you guys been roller skating recently?
I don't know how to roller skate.
Girl, okay, so
I know that sounds so... I sound
It's really scary.
we'll all go out and go roller skating at the rink, so y'all can meet some boys and everything, and I'll just play some vids and kind of be your wingman and everything.
It looks terrifying. I couldn't even do remember when they came out with those tennis shoes that had the wheelies at the bottom, the sketch. I was like, oh god, those terrify me.
Yeah, those are the old hoverboard. Because
Yes.
remember, it was little kids, they'd just be rocking in the mall, all of a sudden the wheels would come out and they'd just
I know,
zoom
you'd just
by
be
you.
walking, like, one would go front, you're like, God.
Yeah, now all of a sudden hoverboards, you're just like, are you seriously doing that in a really small Bristol Farms? Like, I can't get my food.
My favorite line came in this moment though when she said, "Let's go roller skating." Was like, do you like Spanish men, and do you know how to roller skate? And she's
Yeah.
like, only from the front and the kinda. Wait, I mixed that up. That got me so bad. That was hilarious.
I
Yeah.
loved when Lillian said, we'll bring disco biscuits, which is like a term for roofies, which I had not heard before, and I loved it.
Oh, I thought that's what she meant, and then because I want to do a segment this season, guys, where I just talk about our favorite quotes of the episode, and I was writing it down, and I was like, what does that mean? I'm
Or
not
I guess
sure.
now they'd be like Bill Cosby biscuits, but that is like an older reference.
Bill Cosby biscuits, yeah.
Get some Jello biscuits in here, Rudy. Sorry.
Well, on that note,
You are a chameleon. I thought he was here. I was like, guard your cup.
Oh yeah, watch out, watch out.
Lillian runs into an old flame while they're at the store to get some stuff for rollerblading and such, and it's Fred Armisen. I don't know, like, really.
Oh, he's Robert Durst, her first boyfriend.
Yes, yeah, her first boyfriend, and he was just weird and funny and awkward as usual, and probably is going to be his only appearance in the show, which I love about that actor because he's just so random and goofy, and everything he's in, he just like pops in and is super weird, and then he's gone.
I hope that he randomly shows up and like Lillian and him have like, you know, like either pre or post bang. You know, like they're all of a sudden just like, oh, and then like he just randomly, and that's his only part. He just kind of disappears. Nothing crass or anything, but just kind of like he pops up and
Yeah.
puts a towel on and like, you know, scoots out. I think that would be kind of cute.
And it's just like talking to himself, and he's like, oh, bye, just like walks out of the room.
Yeah.
That would be fun. That would be a nice. I just always think of him in the pilot episode of Broad City. Do you have you guys seen the pilot episode of Broad City?
have.
He is a the girls get hired to clean his apartment naked because they really need money, so they do, and they're in their bra and underwear, and he pretends that he's a baby. He's like, I'm a big baby, I can't pay you, what is money? Like after the full hour of them doing this, and then after they leave, he pulls a phone out of his big diaper that he's wearing and is like a totally normal person. And it was so funny. And he's in Portlandia and so many other things. I'm an SNL alum. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
I just love that her first boyfriend was Robert Durst.
Yeah. Of course
Like,
it was.
It would be a murderer.
Totally. I just really hope he doesn't kill anybody that we love. It'd be fun if he killed someone like we didn't like. That I'd be fine with that.
One of the homeless guys that like lives out in front of her place or something.
Oh, that would be sad.
One of the secondary characters.
Yeah.
It's dangerous to be a homeless guy, you know? But I liked between the two of them. I mean, I don't know if I think it was on purpose, but the reference to the movie The Jerk.
Yeah.
When they're playing the little ukulele, like a little number. I thought that was it reminded me of Steve Martin and Bernadette Peters a lot, so I thought that was really
Oh,
cute.
you're such like that's so cute. You love the old, you know, you love
classics.
the classics.
Yeah, definitely. You know, like, and you know, you got to be a student of comedy and you know, take it all the way back and you know, learn as much as you can.
See, I just love that they were wearing regular shoes on the skating rink. I was like, does that mean I can go skating? You can just wear regular shoes and bring your rolly suitcase?
That's
Like, I have a chance.
That would be awesome. I would love to see you with your like rolling
Just-
suitcases coming through with like, you know, like the Bartman's playing and like, you know, the disco music that's going on. I think that'd be great.
Well, Dong is also there because Kimmy runs into him as well at the store. And, you know, if we remember from last season, he got married to get his green card to this old lady that was in their class. And she still really likes him. And she's picturing him on that date and everything. And now she sees him and invites him to the roller rink. And, okay, what was the thing they were buying at the store?
Silverfish
What is this?
poison, right?
Yeah, do you know what silverfish are?
No.
Silverfish are these little critters. They're, you know, kind of look like these like grayish, like almost kind of like like centipede, but smaller, not as many legs, and they got these little feelers, and they run around your bathrooms or something. So, you know, a lot of times old buildings, or if like they get into like papers or storage papers, and they're these little pests. and when you like smash them, they kind of just turn to dust. They're really gross.
I didn't know what they were either. I had to
Yeah.
Google them because I was like, silverfish. I thought they were real fish. I was like, those seem so easy to avoid.
Well, congratulations, you guys, for living in really nice apartments and houses all your lives. This is great. I'm just kidding.
But still, why did they want them? Why did they want to buy them? Or
It was like poison.
it was poison
to get
for
rid
them.
of
Yeah,
them.
they want to
Okay.
get rid of them because they have silverfish. Sometimes, like, you see a silverfish, in like a building from time to time. It's not like it's necessarily gross, but it's just,
That's kind of gross.
gotta sweep up a little bit.
They looked a little nasty.
Oh yeah, if you Google it, they're nasty. They nasty.
Oh, God.
And Miss Jackson nasty.
Miss Jackson, they are nasty. Damn it, Miss Jackson. Janet, give me my money back.
Yeah, Joe's a bit bitter because he bought Janet Jackson tickets and she canceled.
$160, and that female is strong as hell. She ain't giving that money back. No, she doesn't.
She better.
She's not gonna do it.
That's crazy.
Not gonna do it.
I mean,
Well,
a Jackson would never do something crazy.
No,
It's very out of character for that family.
See, Annabelle has perspective.
I'm just
I think
too
you're the first
naive.
person who's ever said that, so thank you.
You're very welcome.
Annabelle's smart.
You guys, I don't want to brag, but I did go to like a year of junior college. So
Whoa.
Well,
Whoa.
that's
I know, it's pretty impressive.
a big deal. When Dong and Kimmy see each other at the rink, though, he's like into it,
Yeah.
And at first, she's feeling a lot of guilt. And then she decides she kind of I mean, I forgot what his wife looked like. I wouldn't feel bad.
Oh, isn't her name Doris?
No, her
No.
name, what's her name?
She looks like a Doris.
Yes, she does.
It's not. It's something else. I forget, but it's in my notes somewhere. I'll find it.
Rest in peace, Doris.
Yeah. Well, hey, she's still alive.
No. The other Doris.
What other
Oh,
dog?
Right
you're
there.
talking about Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, Everybody
Oh,
Loves
I
Raymond.
know. She
Sorry.
did
Oh,
just
didn't mean to bring it
pass.
down, you guys.
No.
Oh,
You
didn't mean to
reminded
be a
me.
downer.
No, it's all good. You reminded me. She brought us lots of joy, so we'll be on an up note.
Yes,
Oh, everybody loves
absolutely.
Doris.
Yeah, exactly.
She was awesome.
Yeah.
And Kimmy decides to crash the brunch, which I was like, whoa, Kimmy, that is taking balls in your hands, just like going
going
so
for it.
unlike her.
Because she felt bad because she was like, oh, he's married. I shouldn't be doing this. And plus, he's doing it for his green card where they have to make it look legitimate for 2 years.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's her true love. And she was like, I like when she found out that they were having a brunch to impress the immigration officer that she's like, oh, brunch, that's Frasier fancy. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, that's her reference. Like, but Frasier is very fancy.
He is. He's quite fancy.
It's like, that's classic Niles having a brunch.
Yeah, it is. But at the end of the day, it maybe was not the best time to go and like profess her love. Maybe she could have like done it a different time because it really freaked Dong out. And they went into the bathroom. She got one of those gross things in her hair. That freak. I would have been like,
Yeah, it
Whoa.
was raining silverfish.
even out of her mouth after they kissed. That was so gross.
That was so funny and gross. And nasty.
I would have freaked out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would have like died. But he seemed into it at the roller rink, and now he's like, listen, all I care about is having my green card. In 2 years, I'm going to get divorced, and I don't want to risk it, and I don't care. He basically said he didn't care enough to risk it. So I felt bad for her. She has her first real heartbreak.
But at the same time, I don't feel bad for her because she was trifling in season 1. 2 dudes at once. I'm sorry, but you got, she's got to pay her penance. And, as a guy would have to in that situation, but I'm just saying, I think that she feels a sense of urgency. Like, she's like, okay, I screwed this up. I really need to start making amends faster than normal. But she doesn't have any reference points because she's been in the hole for so long.
I do feel bad because he had to choose between I love you a lot or I really like you,
Yeah.
but I also need to stay in this country. Like that's that's not an easy position to put somebody in.
I forget. I mean, I know that there was that love triangle last season. Why couldn't Kimmy have been the one to do it, to marry him? Was it just too soon? Too much?
Yeah, I think it was too much. I think she was getting kind of overloaded, and that would be pretty daunting. I
That's
think
a lot
for
of sensory
anybody.
overload for being
Donging.
underground and then
Yeah.
being like, oh, do I marry one of these guys? And one of them brought me a dolphin. I mean, I think she made the wrong choice, but
True.
Yes.
Dolphin. If someone give me a dolphin, I'd marry them.
I'd marry the
Straight up.
dolphin. Like
I love
it's
dolphins.
like big mistake, but
Yes.
I support her anyway.
Since I'm being very good and have only watched 2 episodes, I don't know if Dong is coming back, but I think he will.
Oh yeah, he'll be back.
I really want to get Dong on our after show, and even
Or after the show. Just-
yeah, like whatever, or he can just like Skype us his
Yeah, Skype us the dong.
Yeah.
Get on chat roulette.
Skype us his dong. Oh, chat roulette. Good times. Good times. But yeah, no, I'm reaching out to a bunch of people. A lot of them are in New York, but I think we're gonna I'm gonna get some fish for you guys. I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get at least one. I promise you this by the end of the season, because I think it'd be fun. Shows like these that we binge, we don't get guests typically, because it almost seems like we're just like cruising through the season, just watching it all at one time. But I think it'd be really fun to have a actor from the show.
Yeah, I want to hear about Kimmy Schmidt. I also want to get the inside scoop on Maze Runner.
Yes, very true.
I think he's so good that he's so versatile as an actor, you know?
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, at the end of this episode, well, not at the end, but throughout it, we have Jacqueline, who is back with her family. It was so much. Oh my God. It was great. She's so crazy. And I still don't understand how she's possibly part of that family.
And now she's back to being Jacqueline.
Yes, Jacqueline. And she is not wearing contacts anymore because the only ones she knows are blue, and like that's too white. So she's just been going around not being able to see. And the town hates her. Her family hates her. All she's been doing is destroying things, and all she wants to do is help, is what she says. Poor her.
They're suspicious of the white man, and given the history, I get it. I mean, it hasn't been a great track record.
No, not at all.
So I'm like, they probably think she's going to give him some blankets or something, but it's like, I do feel bad.
Get that smallpox.
That they were doing a ceremony and she replaced the ceremonial pipe with a tobacco vape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's like, Jacqueline, give it back to me. She's like, I'm just trying to help.
She's like, Katherine Heigl smokes one. I was like, oh, Katherine Heigl, you make me so sad in those cat litter commercials.
I know, me too. It's very true. She has a lot of funny moments, though, and just, that actress, she is so good at even working by herself. She doesn't need someone to work off of for the comedy to ensue. When she's in the back seat of the cop car and she breaks through, so funny.
Oh my God. Watching that, I didn't think I was claustrophobic, but watching that, I felt like I had taken 6 Adderall. I was like, oh my God. It made me feel like I was stuck in the back of that car. It was terrifying.
I know.
One time when I was training for a half marathon, and I was a dumbass. I didn't have a gym membership, but I wanted to hit the steam room, so I got in the back seat of my Toyota 4Runner and just sat there in 107-degree day, and I'm just reading a book, just dripping sweat, and so I could relate to her. To Jacqueline at that moment. I thought that was pretty funny.
It was really funny.
Yeah.
But something clicked in her that, was like, I do need to go home and all of that. And she just kicked the window through, and then she's back, which leads us to the second episode. Kimmy goes on a play date, and Jacqueline is, just pulls up right after. She's still in the cop car. It's like, hey, Kimmy, what's up? Hey, how's it going? And Kimmy is in the Christmas outfit. What do you guys think is the significance of this Christmas thing that has been in both episodes? Because timeline-wise, I'm not going to lie, I was a bit confused because it had it at the beginning of the first episode, and it says 3 months earlier. And I wasn't sure if the 3 months earlier, we were going back to present day, or we stayed in the 3 months earlier. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was a little confused.
Yeah, there was a lot happening in the first scene with the Christmas and the stockings and, a character we didn't know. I was afraid, I had accidentally hit, episode 10 instead of episode 1. I was like, oh, a lot's happening.
Yeah, it was a bit confusing.
But I liked that she got the job at the Christmas store.
Mm-hmm.
And the male employee who looks like a curly-haired Miranda from Sex and the City. I loved it.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
I was like, Cynthia Nixon, you're back. And then he spoke, like, I'm a man. I was like, it's not her.
Yeah, she said, this is a year-long Christmas store. You must be the happiest woman on earth. I'm a man. That's great. Anyways, I saw this at a sign store to prove how serious I am about working here. She is just the best.
And I love that she brought in her own help wanted sign. He's like, we're not actually looking for help. And she's like, I've got a bomb. Now that I have your attention. I was like, that's a brilliant move. Obviously not in an airport, but that's a really smart,
I want to try the help wanted sign thing. I think that it would work. I thought it was
Or you
clever.
could even just be like, I found this outside. It's weird.
Both of those are really good.
Yeah, hey, is this yours? And then they're like, no. Like, oh, well, anyways, my name is Joe.
It must be meant to be. I came all the way out here because I saw your sign. Because I was walking by.
It's a sign, literally.
Yeah. It is a sign. Even if it was an accident, it's a sign. We are meant to work together. So I thought that was fun, confusing, the Christmas thing, but still fun. But now that Jacqueline's back, Kimmy is going to be working for her again, just assumedly so, even though Jacqueline only has $12 million.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Oh, that was painful. But it's going to be so funny to put Jacqueline in the situation that I think she'll still have like $500,000, which to her is nothing. But still, I mean, it's going to be funny to see her in these situations. And the fact that she chose to stay with Kimmy, I thought was interesting. Like, I couldn't believe she actually would want to stay there.
I liked that she was like, why aren't you staying at a fancy hotel? She's like, when I did the Today Show, they put me up at a hotel that had all the free floor food I could want.
Yes.
That was so gross.
Which we've all been walking through a hotel and seen the dine-in like food outside, and you're like, if it looks like fairly new, like they haven't touched it, like.
Have you eaten someone else's food from their room?
Don't tell me, Sam.
I'm gonna plead the fifth on that, but yes, absolutely.
What? I've taken ketchups that they were sealed.
Oh yeah,
But
I'm talking
taken
about
sealed
like
ketchup.
French fries that clearly don't look touched. I mean, if
You've
we've
been-
all done it, I'm the only one who's admitting to it. But you know when you like throw away food and it's like at the top of the top
Yes.
of your garbage can and nothing else has touched it.
I do. Okay, I get it.
I appreciate how comfortable you feel around us already on AfterBuzzTV.com. That's great. Thank you so
I'm
much.
an open book.
No, this is
Mostly because
lovely.
I'm boring enough to not have any secrets.
Thank you for sharing.
I'm just gonna get tweets of like, you're disgusting. Please don't come back.
You're a freak. No, but we have Deirdre, who is the actress is Anna Camp. I'm a fan of hers. She always pops up in random series and movies and doesn't have a huge role, but is super.
It's always sort of like the same role, but I'm not mad at it. I love her.
Yeah, bitchy, passive aggressive, frenemy, that kind of thing. And when Jacqueline comes back, she knows that she needs to kind of like get the mom's attention, that she's back. She's been traveling Europe to figure out what to do with her $3 billion. And has Kimmy go and kind of like tell the moms that she's back. Did you, I just thought it was really funny when Kimmy went to the school and to pick up the kid and saw Deirdre and said, oh, let me check my schedule, because she asked her about a play date. And
Yes.
the photos that she was going through of Kimmy, I think it was her trying to befriend a squirrel.
In the part, yes.
And it just didn't go well from the photos. I really would have loved to see that scene. Because it's like in her hair at one point and she's screaming, and it was really, it's little things like that about this show that I really, really like, that are so much fun.
I loved it because I was like, that's so me. I used to feed a three-legged squirrel in my patio, and it was like, I thought it was adorable. Like when you feed wild animals, like, because in Disney movies it looks very cute, but when you do it in real life, you look very like Grey Gardens and like an animal hoarder.
Yeah, I've always been really afraid of rabies for some reason. Like growing up, I always thought I had AIDS or rabies, and I'm talking like 10 years old.
Or rabies, yeah.
AIDS or rabies, which are two things
Rabies.
that,
Right.
yeah. I don't know. I was just always convinced. I think I saw too many movies and stuff that were like, I probably shouldn't
You
have
watched
seen.
Cujo too young an age.
Cujo and like an AIDS movie too.
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double feature of Cujo and Philadelphia. Is
Yeah.
that
That's
right?
like my goal weight is Tom Hanks in Philadelphia.
That is so sad. Well, we have a fun, scene where this play date happens and Kimmy takes the boys into the sewer to pretend to be Ninja Turtles.
Dream come true. That would be so incredible. I want to do that. I would love to do that.
Like, I can't. It's just so funny. And, the moms always bring their, like, play date wine. And Deirdre is just throwing jabs left and right. And she says she's going to this auction. And, oh, you won't want to go because you're not married and you're poor. You only have $12 million. And then Jacqueline says, oh, no, I'll be there. And then hops into some other guy's, like, town car.
Yeah, she pulls like a very expensive like Uber mistake where she like gets in this person's Bentley like pretending it's hers.
Yeah. Well, she knew it wasn't hers. She just was like, get in. And I was like, oh, good for her. She has a town car now again. She's a driver. Nope. Crawls out. I loved that. I thought that was really funny.
Then the kid's like, what's a bus?
Yes. What's a buzz? Like, go to the bus. What's a bus?
What's a
He didn't
buzz?
know. He, honest to God, didn't know. We also got some Kimmy and Zan. Zan's back.
I love
Yes,
Zan. She's
finally.
Love her. And I love hers and Kimmy's relationship. Zan hates her so much. And it's really easy to blame everything on somebody that you don't know very well, and that kind of annoys you. And it's obviously not the case. None of this is really her fault. But Zan is just blaming her entire life on Kimmy. Everything that's happened.
And well, I think that she like, secretly loves her, but can't be seen in that light. You know what I mean? Like, because she helped her out like a lot last season, and I thought that was really sweet how she kind of helped her kind of find herself and, you know, kind of step away from her friends that were kind of just using her. But I feel like at that age and that position that Kimmy's in, she has no choice but to outwardly show that she hates her. You know what I mean? So, like, I feel like there's, I don't know, I just really like Zan's character. I feel like it's a lot, like, deeper and, you know, more, there's more layers to it than we can see in one episode. I don't know why I just went off on that
I
tangent.
get her character because I think I
Yeah, I
was
love it.
that character.
I think I'm still that.
Yeah, me too. I mean, like, I was always, you know, I hate my stepmom. I hate everybody. Everything is everybody's fault. Why won't you just let me live my life? I'm so awesome. That was me growing up. So I had a lot of friends. I lost a lot of friends. I was very dramatic, like San. And I just, yeah, I think her character's funny because you can, like, you're right. You can tell that she does love Kimmy.
Yeah, but she can't show it. Mm-hmm. That's tough.
I just loved all their insults back and forth to each other. So I was like really excited to see her come back and have Kimmy be like, I'm in a stupid face contest and coming in second.
I know. It's like they're 5 years old, and that will be that's Zan's response every time. Like, you're a child. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? And freaking Jacqueline kept on saying, oh, you saw Zan? I heard she got fat in Connecticut. Which is so mean. So mean. Why do you gotta hate on Zan? She didn't get fat in Connecticut. Poor girl. I don't know. I am excited, though, because I think by the end of the episode, when Kimmy tries to kind of turn the tables and say that she wants to help Zan and feels guilty because somehow in her head she's turned herself into the Reverend Kimmy. And Zan is like Kimmy. And she wants to right that wrong, so she basically tells Zan all the awful things that happened in that house, which is, you know, reverse
To make
psychology.
it easier for her to leave. And I was like, that's very sweet.
Yeah. And Zan figured out what she was doing by the end. You could see it on her face, like, you're so stupid. But still, okay,
But
you
like
were
the
doing this for
undertone
me.
of like, thank you, but I'll never say it. Mm-hmm. But she said it with her eyes.
She did say
Not
it with
with
her
her mouth.
eyes, not with her mouth. I loved it, and I hope that we get to see a lot more of her this season.
Yeah.
And then we have a small Titus storyline this episode, which I know Joe liked because Joe likes his things.
I love Titus. I love things, and I like I give too much, you know, like weight to my things. Like, I remember, like, oh yeah, I know exactly where I got that. I know exactly, like, I have a birthday present that my sister gave me that's on my wall from like when I was like 13 years old. So I keep like all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
And so yeah, and like and clothes too. Like, I feel like I have an All-Star Cafe grand opening T-shirt that barely fits me that I only wear when I'm at home watching football by myself.
You
know,
should
like,
make a quilt.
Yeah, make a quilt.
I might. I have my sewing merit badge.
Can we have a day where we come over and help you make this quilt?
And they got a crafting day.
Yes.
Love it.
That is my dream. I am literally a 60-year-old woman.
Let's craft it up.
I love to feed my birds and squirrels, and I love to knit.
Yes, me too.
Not
gonna lie.
bragging again.
I loved wishing wells, and I love to just kind of throw pennies in wishing wells and sing to birds and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's perfect.
I mean,
yeah.
honestly, I have a pretty good track record. I think every penny I've thrown, I've gotten what I wanted. So it's like I'm a princess or something. But I was going to say I don't want to tell anybody because then everyone will know, and then everyone will just, like, want to be me. But now it's out in the world.
It's out. There's
I'm a
no taking it
princess.
back.
I'm a fairy princess. But Titus gives away his stuff. It's really fun because he doesn't know what to do with it, and then he does, and then he doesn't want to see his stuff, like, in such a sad place. And then he ends up meeting a dude at the end.
Who comes back from an earlier episode that hollered at him.
The construction worker who
Whoa.
first sexually harassed Kimmy.
Yeah.
Joe, you just blew my mind there. I didn't make that connection.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was crazy. Like, and it was so sweet because at first Titus was like, not gonna have anything of it. But that moment when he kind of was like, you know what, give love a chance. Let's see what happens. I thought that was great. And when he stopped and he looked back over his shoulder, oh man, that was so ridiculous. But it was so adorable.
A meet cute.
Yeah, it really was. Because, you know, like, let's see what happens between these two. Because there's gonna be future dates, I can tell.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah,
I love that the construction worker said that he like didn't feel comfortable being out at his job, that he still had to pretend like he was like a macho man. And he's like, you have to airbrush hot chicks on the back of your car. And so he pulled the tailgate up and it was Tilda Swinton.
that was great.
That was his hot woman.
That was amazing. I loved it. That pretty much summed it up for these 2 episodes. Every week I want to do something, though, where I talk about some of, like, my favorite quotes, at least from the episode. You guys can start bringing in some of your favorite quotes from the episodes, just lines. I really enjoyed the Kardashian talk between Dong and Kimmy a lot. And when he's talking to Kimmy about it, Kimmy's response is, I've never seen their show. All I know is that Kim is a butt star and married to a rapper who eats collagen. Courtney finally ended her destructive relationship with Scott. Meanwhile, Kim is firing back at all of the haters with a naked pregnancy selfie. Wait, how do I know this? I saw it on the regular news. Duh. Yes. The Kardashians are taking over the world, and then we had another Kardashian throwback when I think it was Jacqueline's mom said, or no, Jacqueline said, nothing I do is ever good enough for this family. I'm not Rob Kardashian. And then her mom goes, the sock designer? How did I know that?
I was so excited that his Arthur George sock line got a shout out because they've referenced the sock line more in the first episode of Kimmy Schmidt than that family did all of last season, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. They just tried to pretend it never existed.
I
was happy for Rob. Well, you wouldn't know because it's like the day it came out, it was like discounted at Nordstrom, and I felt bad for him.
I'm wearing some right now. I got from the rack.
Ooh.
You're like, I will never give these up to the Salvation.
Never. Now that they've been in this episode,
They're
never,
one of
ever.
my things.
Mm-hmm.
Another one of my favorites this episode was when Kimmy went to the school and said, hey guys, remember me? I brought in those nut brownies and almost killed a couple kids. Cool. Hey guys. And let's see. When Jacqueline said, look at this view. If I can see New Jersey, that means it can see me. Amazing. This is one of my favorite parts of this show, is just the really smart writing. And I like rewatching the shows because you catch a new funny line, a new funny joke every time that's in there.
My favorite line was when they were talking about Robin Hood.
Yes.
And Kimmy was like, they were talking about like Robin Hood. She's like, that fox, did you ever think he was handsome? And when you were watching it, your crotch got a headache? And I was like, I want to salute whatever writer wrote that because like he or she deserves an Emmy just for that line.
Mm-hmm. The lines are great, and yeah, the plot is silly and fun, but that is what makes this show so much fun and why we love it. On that note, I know we've only watched 2 episodes, so let's get into what we think is going to happen for the rest of the season and the next couple episodes in predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
I was like, am I having a stroke? What is that?
All right, Joe, start us off.
All right. I predict that Titus is going to fall in love this season.
Ooh.
I like that was such a sweet moment, and I think that it'd be really cute to see them explore that because like we've seen Kimmy in a relationship and go through those woes, and so like I feel like we're gonna get a little bit of that too, but we gotta go a different angle if we want to stay engaged. So I think this year Titus is gonna get some, and I think that that's gonna be interesting to explore.
Yeah, that's good. What about you, Annabelle?
I think that we're going to see Jacqueline try to learn how to be poor, sort of like an older version of Two Broke Girls.
Yes.
And the adjustment that she's going to have to make with that. And I really hope that Kimmy and Dong get together. I need to see more Dong.
I always want to see more Dong, just in general. Like the character, obviously. I agree with you. I think that there is an unfinished business there, but I think Kimmy is still going to play the field a little bit because she's cute, she's pretty, she's good at attracting guys. I think it's her aloof, I don't care. It's not that she doesn't care, she doesn't even know how to care. And that's why guys seem to be so attracted to her. I think we're going to see more of that, and I agree. We're going to see Jacqueline struggle with, living off of $500,000. But for someone like that, I understand it's hard.
That's basically homeless for her.
Yeah, and I'm curious how Zan is going to come back into the picture, but I know she will. She's got to get out of Connecticut. Poor girl. Connecticut does totally suck, by the way.
Really? I've never been.
I'm sorry, I don't. My family lives there, and I hate it. They hate it too, okay? They hate it too. It's fine. Anyways, and maybe Jacqueline will find another man.
I want to see her dating again.
She'll just marry. She'll end up. And you know what? This is gonna happen. She'll be poor for a couple episodes. Then she'll start dating or marry a rich guy, and everything will be fine.
I want to see her gold digging, like dating tips.
Yeah. Oh, she should write a book.
What if they do a crossover episode between this and Younger?
Whoa.
What?
It's not gonna happen, but I thought
No.
that'd be.
Oh, I was like a crossover episode between Millionaire Matchmaker. That's where I was going.
Ooh, yeah,
Or
Patty.
a try of Younger Millionaire Match.
Shout
Guys,
out
I'm
to
just giving
Patty.
out all these $1 million ideas for free.
Well, guys, that sums it up for this week and the 2 first episodes of season 2 of the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. One more time, guys. Joe, where can everyone find you on the interweb?
You can find me at JoJo Doyle. Ellie, congratulations on your pregnancy.
Yes.
Congratulations. And I thought you were congratulating me because I look pregnant. You can follow me at Annabelle DeSisto on Instagram.
And you guys can follow me, Sam Davidson, online at samdavidsonentertainment.com, Twitter and Instagram at samd43. And of course, please rate, review, subscribe, follow AfterBuzz TV at AfterBuzz TV. If you want to tweet at us, use the hashtag ABTV Kimmy Schmidt. We will see you guys next week.
Hi.
Deuces.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.